Hi guys, welcome back to our series where we are touring every single campus that offers medicine in English in Italy, and today we are covering IMS Bicocca. Before we start, I just want to remind you to turn your bell notification on if you don't want to miss any of their videos, and I would really recommend that you sign up for our newsletter. We're not going to spam you with anything. We literally will only send you stuff that are really important announcements. Bicocca, the actual IMS course, is located in a town called Bergamo, which is 40 to 60 minutes away from train from Milan. So when you actually search Bicocca and you look at it on Google Maps, that's not actually where the hospital is located. I have to say though, the hospital is hands down the best hospital I've seen in Italy. They have robots, it's cutting edge, it's so clean, slick, everything about it was just so amazing. I literally cannot emphasize how nice this hospital was. It is definitely the best one I've seen in Italy. For me, the coolest part is that they have robots, fully automated robot system in the basement where there's these huge containers of robots that just go around carrying equipment, maybe it's dirty scrubs, and in the ceiling they have smaller robots that just track the ceiling, and this delivers patient tray foods. It is super cutting edge. The scrubs are also delivered by this vending machine style system. So when you start, you're measured to get a scrub size. I hope they repeat it every year because I think, most people come to Italy, start enjoying the food a lot. So I'm sure they might measure you once a year. But our friend said when you're in first year, you get your measurements taken and then the system knows your scrub size. So when you go up to this vending machine, you scan your card and it literally hand delivers you clean scrubs in your size. This was so insane to me. And then when you're done with the scrubs, you just throw it in through this dumpster looking thing, and that's it. And I was just so mind blown by it. How cool is the robots and the automation and the vending machine for the scrubs? We unfortunately missed the lunchtime, so I didn't get to tour the cafeteria. They were actually just locking it up. But from if you've watched our interview, you know that a full meal, which in Italy means a primi, which is a pasta dish or a rice dish, a secondi, which is usually some kind of meat or fish, a contorno, which is a vegetable side, and a dessert. Okay, this is what is the classic cafeteria mensa lunch, is €1, regardless of your income. So most of the mensa in all of the universities will have free meals for their students who are a lower income. But based on your family income, you pay higher prices. In Bicocca, in the hospital, the maximum is €1. So you either get free meals or you pay €1 for an insanely large, I cannot believe it's the standard is just so cheap. There's also these cute little cafes that serve different things and a bookshop. I don't know, I just really fell in love with the hospital. It kind of felt like this weird blend between an art installation, a mall, and a hospital. I don't really know how to explain it otherwise. The classes are super big and modern. I thought the seat design was really interesting, and what's kind of cool is that there are projectors, but there are also whiteboards that are completely digital. So the whiteboards that they use are also touch screens. So I don't know, but I'm pretty sure there's pretty cool applications for it. I thought this was really interesting. Everything about this hospital is just cutting edge and modern. The outside of the hospital also has a beautiful design. It has water installations. It has a backyard where there are these huge chaise longue style things where you can just chill with your friends between classes. You can lie down on them. There's these gardens you can walk around in. Everything about the hospital was hands down amazing. I absolutely loved it. And if you watch the interview we did with Werner, who is a medical student there right now, everything about this hospital and university seems really, really good. For me, where the letdown is kind of the city life. Now, I know I'm a little bit biased going into this because I prefer big cities and, city chaos vibes, but Bergamo is kind of I think Werner says that it's rural, and I really got that feeling because around the hospital there isn't really. If you go to the Bergamo city, it's kind of cool. It's divided into what they call lower city and higher city, and you have to go up in these kind of trams, but they climb this, which was a really fun experience. So if you kind of want to go to a more touristic, area, or to go and have a nice dinner, you have to take these trams, which are really cool. But walking around it, it was kind of empty. I'm sure also because maybe just it wasn't a popular time, but I just kind of felt like it was empty and there really wasn't a lot to do. Like, we had an amazing meal. I had one of the best pastas I've ever had, like a pasta that is specific to that region. The price was okay, considering we were in like touristic part, the high city, which is more expensive. I thought the prices were like pretty decent, and the meal was super, super nice. But even talking to Werner about like what's around, like, you know, university facilities, like such as a gym, doesn't really exist. If you need to go to labs, you have to travel to another place. And now, this isn't a big deal. I kind of talk a little bit more about it in the article where like we transcribed the interview with Werner. So I would recommend that you go check that out to get a better idea of the distances and the minutes between things. But I do really feel like Bicocca is not really like a city. Like, it's definitely more rural. It definitely feels more chill. The transportation was, the trams were cool, but to get to the trams, we had to drive and walk. There are buses, but like Werner said that they weren't that good. So I feel like the transportation is a little bit limited, which is a little bit disappointing. But I think it's nice if you just kind of want like a really rural place to live and hang out with your friends. And, you know, go to a nice hospital. Now, the one thing Bicocca had for it is it had incredible views. Well, I should say Bergamo, because this is talking about the city. It had incredible views. Like, when you go all the way to the top, like, you can see the entire city. You can see like all of these like valleys and fields, and it looked so, so nice. And again, the city, like, it felt really like historic and rustic, like almost like fairy tale vibes. But honestly, like, to me, it just felt kind of abandoned, and that kind of made me a little bit sad. Like, I know that sounds really weird, because don't get me wrong, it definitely has its own charm and it is in no way bad, and I can like see many, many people loving to live there. But I really felt that it was really abandoned, despite the fact that we went in the summer, which I thought would have been a more popular time to go. I'm not looking for crowded, but like, there was really not a lot of people. But other than that, it was like really cute, really rustic. It has amazing views. It has nice restaurants that are decently priced, but again, you need to get used to, like, you need to be okay with living in a slightly more far off distance. Again, you're connected by trains, so you can go like take a train to Milan. But yeah, just a small consideration. So again, if you haven't watched the interview with Werner, I would really, really recommend it. You'll get a lot better idea. And if you haven't already, I really recommend, again, subscribing and signing up to our newsletter.